know it's kind of a racist song. Because she said nigga twice, and I'm pretty sure she's white. All right, here we go. Hey, welcome to another episode of the Blackout Tips Podcast. I am your host, Rod, joined by my co-host,
Karen.
And we're live on a Sunday, ready to do some podcasting as football is going on.
Mm-hmm.
You can find us everywhere you find podcasts. Search The Black Guy Who Tips. Leave us 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts. We love those. We read those as long as they're nice. The official weapon of the show is
the folding chair.
And the unofficial sport,
bullet ball.
And bullet ball extreme. Extreme.
I don't know. I have to think about that shit every time too.
You know, but it's good that you think about it. Okay, it's a good thing. Don't
because if it's automatic, it ain't gonna come out right.
Don't feel bad, Karen. And also, today's show is sponsored.
Woo!
That's right. Today's show is sponsored by Glorious Gifts Galore, the best kept secret in Clayton County, Georgia. That's their slogan, y'all. It's black owned and family owned since 1997. They got gifts for all occasions, specializing in handmade gift baskets. It's I went to their website, okay, and it looked like a family. All right, it looks like something positive. It looks like black business, you know, and we love to support that. We're independent black business. Everything in their online store is available for pickup and local delivery via DoorDash. Local customers can shop on the website or DoorDash. But of course, the DoorDash store has a more limited selection because they're unable to integrate the full inventory into their system. But if you live there, I'll say you stop by.
I'll be too.
They also have an ever-growing selection of items available for nationwide delivery. Continental U.S. only at this time. You might find the perfect gift outside of their Christmas menu. Be sure to hit shop all and click on shipping under how to get it. Okay, they give you a little tuck that into your coat. Okay, they'll give you a little something.
Mm-hmm. Got a few more weeks before Christmas, y'all.
And that's why we're reading this, because you have to order by the 15th to have it by Christmas. So like, you got about 5 days if you're hearing the sound of my voice. Don't procrastinate. Don't wait till the last second. Don't be the person that has to give them the gift on the first of the year because it didn't come in the mail,
right?
Because you didn't order it until too late. Okay, their gourmet gift baskets make excellent Secret Santa and White Elephant gifts. And of course, use code TBGWT at the checkout and you can get 10% off. Okay, the code is already working. It will be good until Christmas Eve. Go to gloriousgiftsgalore.com. Blow them up. Buy something. Support, okay? And as always, I like to remind y'all, it makes us look good too. When y'all go out there, click on things and buy things, when a black business comes in and says, hey, Rod, Karen, can y'all promote our business? And we say, absolutely, we'll do it. It makes us look good when y'all go out there. So gloriagiftsgalore.com.
Down there in Georgia.
Down there in Clayton County, Georgia. The best kept secret.
Come on.
In Clayton County, Georgia. Until now, because we telling everybody. All right. Let's get into the show, Karen. Okay. It's a lot of stuff to talk about.
Okay.
I think, of course, you know, we have to start with banter. You know, people are looking for that. Do you have any banter?
I actually do.
Okay. Well, then let me play the music so we can get to the banter, okay?
So love you.
Cause you know who, yeah, you know what. Cause you know.
All right, Karen, go ahead. Banter me.
Banter you. Remember, well, just the day before yesterday, we talked about it, and like I say, it's just mundane stuff. Like you say, it don't matter. So I'm just gonna bring
people want to hear what you've been up to.
Yes, people want to hear. So I'm gonna give the people what they want. I have 3 things. Did you want to go back and forth, or me do them all? I know because it varies per show.
You know, let's go back and forth. You go first.
Okay. My first one is, as y'all know, I've been playing video games. I love video games. Lately, I have just been a video gaming bitch. I have really been enjoying video games. And another thing that I wish video game was in real life. I wish that when you go shopping, it was like video games. For those of you that play any form of video games, no matter what genre it is, and you can like pick a skin or whatever. Have y'all realized them shits fit your body perfect? It's always the perfect size. It's not too big. It's not too small. It's not too tight. It's not too short. You don't have to worry about, and my titties gonna get into it. Is my ass too big? Is my thighs too big? You don't have to return it back. Like literally everything is perfect. I wish real life was like that, where you just go in and show your ass up, and it'd be like bloop, and you'd be like perfect.
It must be what it's like. It must be what it's like to have a tailor.
You know what? That makes sense. Yeah, to have somebody. Yeah,
like people that have tailors, and like Bomani. I remember when we were doing the show. They had a person dedicated to his wardrobe, and of course they know all his measurements, and they have like a certain sense of style they want, and they basically bring him several outfits to try on to be like, what does this look like? Do you like it? What does this look like? And then from that point on, I mean, pretty much everything they bring is gonna fit. So it must be what it's like.
That. Yeah, that must. I've never had a personal tailor, but that must be what it's like, and that must be a really nice feeling, particularly if you're somebody that might have awkward or odd measurements. Like for me, I'm short,
right?
So a lot of times I like shit, and the shit be too long. You have to hem it up or pin it up and shit like that, and there might be people that's tall and they might want their shit lengthened out, or, your hip to thigh ratio might be a little off or something like that. So it would be really nice if in real life, like you didn't have to go to a tailor, you just show up and you're like, boop, and they, all the shit is there without you having to go through that process. I just realized that playing my video game the other day, I was going through and picking clothes and shit like that. I was like, oh, everything fits perfectly. I wish we had this shit. Even to the goddamn shoes, like everything fits perfectly.
Yeah, it reminds me of Back to the Future when they had the auto fit, the jacket that just like adjusted to Marty's size and had all that technology. We still don't have that stuff.
Lies. Y'all lie to me about the future.
When will beating women stop being so fucking hilarious to everybody? I'm just trying to figure it out, because I was listening to a podcast. I won't name no names, because I generally like this person and think they're good dude, good person, good show. But I was listening to this podcast and they had this like long intro segment, about 10-15 minutes, about hitting women. And this happens all the time. And it wasn't even like, oh, it's because it's all dudes. There was a woman there on that show. I don't know what the fascination is with people that, otherwise seem like good people, don't seem like they would hit a woman, although who knows what that really means. But it doesn't seem to be like a topic they bring up all the time, or like, man, it was like when I hit my ex-wife or whatever. But at the same time, like there's this like underlying misogyny and hatred for women that is always underpinning these jokes that are like, when is it okay to hit a woman? And it's like, I've heard this topic on so many comedians, so many podcasts, so many stand-ups
across the board, right?
It's like, and you know me, I'm not a person that gets offended by like, oh, I disagree with this. I get offended because I'm like, it's hack.
Right.
I haven't heard a new version, a new joke, a new spinoff. It's all the same street level joke that any bro could make. It's always like, what if? But okay, you're not supposed to hit a woman, but what if she got a sniper rifle? Something. It's like always, if she got a bazooka, can you beat it in? Because you might have to beat a bitch ass. I'm not gonna let you bazooka me, bitch. Like, what is it about like the enthusiasm? I feel like, and I'm not like trying to be a white knight or whatever. I feel like, obviously there could be some scenario where if you need to defend yourself, you shouldn't let somebody kill you because like, well, there's a woman, but like that would be a sad thing. It wouldn't be like an enthusiastic thing. Like, finally, I get to beat a woman. Like that's how I was hoping the day would come. Like they make it sound like women are like this privileged group of like how white people were in the South in the early 1900s, where it's like you hit a white man, they gonna kill you. And it's like, well, that's a level of privilege because they can hit you, and there's no, like there's like oppression in the system, But they act like because it's taboo to hit a woman, it is the same as having privilege. And so finally, the privilege line has been broken, and I get to be free to beat a woman the way I would beat a man, the way that I've always wanted to, and I just don't understand what the fascination is,
Me
and why
either.
otherwise what seem like well-meaning people and what seem like funny people fall into this hack-ass material.
Yeah, and as a woman, it's very, put it like this. I laugh at anything. If it wasn't hack, and you'd be like, "That's a don't be hitting bitches," but damn, that was funny. Like I am that type of person, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But the way it was presented and things like that's one of the things. But I'm like you, I agree. It's very hack, and you're like, I understand, but a lot of this is not really funny, and so because it's not really funny, you know, I'm listening and I'm like, then it takes me out of your joke, if that makes sense. And it makes
Right.
me think about, hey, dog, in most scenarios, in most situations, there's an exception to this rule, is men whipping women asses for shit, and the woman is not the one bringing the violence.
And also, just statistically, we exist in a reality where this is so far from what is happening.
Right.
Like, I could see if you were like, there's a level of hilariousness or comedy to the idea of something being so statistically improbable that it becomes funny, right?
Yes.
Like that, people make those kind of jokes sometimes, and you know, it can be funny.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like making a joke. It's like if a white comic or somebody went to a mostly white room and made a joke about like how sometimes cops need to beat a black man's ass, an unarmed black man's ass. It's like, but it's happening. So
Unless you present
like,
this in a manner that's like,
where's the comedy? It's like,
and that's my
like
thing,
it's
where's the comedy?
like you're not bringing a thing that doesn't happen. You're just bringing up
Correct.
a thing that does happen, and then you're just like, you know, it's Lil Duval going on the Breakfast Club talking about killing trans women, and you're like, but that does happen.
correct.
So like, where's the humor in it other than just being a kind of a dick, you know? So that's what I was thinking about. You?
My next one is me and Roger, I think on yesterday, we was going down the highway and we seen a car, and the car was already beat up, but as the car slowly passed, all other back windows, I think even like the back rear window, all had plastic bags on it. And me and Roger was like, how the fuck can you see? And like I said, how's this illegal? How did you pass?
How is it legal?
I mean, not illegal. How's
Yeah.
this legal? How did you pass? Unless it was from South Carolina, because South Carolina, you don't have to have inspections. But so I'm like, is this a South Carolina vehicle? How the fuck did you pass anybody's inspection? You can't see shit. I don't understand.
Well, sometimes when the car is fucked up like that and people still drive it, I mean, obviously they probably don't have the money to fix it.
Right.
But also, it really explains how the car got like that.
Yeah.
Because, like, yeah, you're a person that don't care about that. Like, you don't give a fuck enough to drive this shit not being able to see out of it. So whatever happened to the side mirror, that checks with what you're doing right now.
That completely changed. And I was thinking, shit, if it rains or anything, everything gonna get soaked. I'm like, oh, I know the smell is horrific.
I love how the apps do these year-end recaps. You log into the app, it's like, oh, you want to see your activity for what your year was? You know, Spotify, of course, has the best one.
Yes.
I think Apple Podcast has it. But one of the ones that has it for me is Reddit. And so I logged in my Reddit. It was like, here's your year-end recap. And I said, oh, let me check on this because this is going to be super interesting.
Right?
But they cleaned it up. So, like,
Oh, shit.
they don't report on none of the smut that I've been looking at. It's all because I use most of my social media is just like looking at butts. Okay, people are putting their butts out there. I like butts. I want to see them. What's the problem? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you want to do the ceiling challenge. I've watched every ceiling challenge video.
Yes, he has.
As soon as I see a bad chick taping something to the ceiling in her house, I'm like, oh, here we go. Push the fucking button off the porch. Down.
That's the whole damn song. And it's hilarious. Roger's even seen the blunders. I had seen the blunders because when he first started, the blunders of that.
Oh, blunders. Yeah.
And when we first started seeing, I was like, I couldn't understand how the fuck they was getting that angle. I was like, oh, they taping it. And then I looked at Roger. I was like, well, I know somebody got a phone. The phone got to smack him upside the face. Like, this shit. Roger was like, oh, it's blunders. Like, that make fucking sense. 'Cause I was like, that shit is like 10 feet in the air. No way people did this and not fucked themselves up.
I watched this one chick where she just put it up in front of her like friends and family. Because different people do different ones. Not everybody is twerking. Some people, it's like, you know, like people making spins on it. Like there's there could be like a Korean pop group and it'll be like 12 girls and they'll form like a conga line and all this stuff. And it's like, you know, some people have fun where they're like cooking. I've seen couples do one where like they set up the ceiling challenge and then they like fall asleep on the bed or something. So it's not all twerking, but it started with mostly just twerking and stuff. But yeah, there's one where a woman fell in front of her family and just laid on the ground. She was clearly hurt.
Oh no!
And they was just laughing and shit. And I was like, damn, they uploaded that. But I love how it just took all that out. And now it's just like, Rod, someone really liked the Charlotte Hornets Reddit. And I'm like, not nearly as much as Black Porn Legends, but sure, I guess we're pretending that I didn't click on those.
From family and friends.
Right. Like, I guess.
Because they're like, if you need to share this with others, like if you want to post this on Facebook, we can't have your top 5 Black Girl Online pics.
I would have liked a version where I could click, like, can we keep it real? Because I do want to know, like, how many times did I like hanging boobs? Okay. Because hanging boobs is a pretty cool Reddit. You know, people might be into that. They might need to know. I might need to share that on my Instagram so they can be like, oh, you know what? I'm enjoying gravity and boobies. That's what's up with me.
Not gravity and boobies.
It's just harmless. People are pulling their titties out and letting the gravity do its thing. Why can't we just all enjoy that? Why we need to keep it a secret? Reddit, I feel like you low-key kind of shame my choices by not being real. You kind of was like, oh, these are appropriate choices. You liked what snake is this? And I'm like, well, yeah, I do stop scrolling and check out what snake is this, but you know, I also stopped scrolling and trying to see, you know, what's going on with.
I see. So they're not giving like a true percentage. Yeah, because I don't know if it's the same one, but you do these videos where dude be walking in like a swamp, fucking barefooted, pointing out the snakes, and he be right.
Well, that's not Reddit. That's Facebook.
Okay.
And they actually started what do you call it? The thing, shadow banning. They started suppressing his numbers. His name is Fishing Garrett, and Garrett just goes into the swamp and starts fucking with shit.
Yes.
And I love Fishing Garrett because he does all the things I wouldn't do. And I'm also rooting for the animals to one day get them. So, and I'm like, Fishing Garrett is my guy, but
I'm like, one day Fishing Garrett will go down. Yes, he be barefooted, just be like, and he'll like pick him up with his bare hands and tell you what it is and tell you what the markers on them. I'm like, well, shit.
He just walked through like a Florida swamp and touches like 13 things in about a minute, and all of them look dangerous. Like he'll just be like, oh look, I got a little swamp puppy, and it'd be a fucking alligator.
Yes.
He's like, oh yeah, and this right here, this is a reticulated such and such snake. Hey, gotcha, yoink. And he like to say yoink when he grabs them. Maybe I can show y'all one. Here's Fishing Garrett.
The last few months have been pretty exciting. Check out this wild, invasive, reticulated python. This bad boy was 15 feet long. We found this juicy mama in the middle of the Puerto Rican jungle. But I'm not gonna lie, this highly venomous Peruvian centipede was way more sketchy to handle. Catching all these albino reticulated pythons sure was pretty crazy, but let's not forget about the hundreds of invasive Burmese pythons I removed out of Florida. But in South America, this pacu bird is probably one of the coolest animals I've ever seen. There's been a lot of them, but do you remember the mama crocodile that almost yoinked me? Can't forget the smoky jungle frog. And check out the size of this tarantula. He may be pretty intimidating, but they're actually pretty chill. Walking stick was absolutely huge, almost as big as mine. I'm still completely obsessed with this Peruvian rainbow boa. And I can't forget the yoink on this spectacle caiman either. And do you guys remember the alligator I played hide and go seek with? This guy was crazy. And then me and my buddies went over to my second favorite state, Texas, and got us a dinosaur. Well, guys, the last...
This man is insane.
Yes, and he be barefooted doing that bullshit too.
I love Fishing Garrett, but I'm always rooting for the animals. But okay, Ken, I'm done. I'm sorry, your turn.
That's all I have.
Okay, me too.
Yeah, because you took the other one when you was talking about that podcast we were listening to.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's all right. So let's do some other stuff. I did promise y'all we doing it for the gram.
Yeah.
For the gram. I'll miss Fishing Garrett.
Yeah, because we're going to lose him.
The doing it for the gram was, what is the worst Christmas gift you've ever given or received? We got a few responses to this. Let's see. Falcons Diva says, I told my younger sister that she looked cute in the outfit. She got me a similar outfit for Christmas. We do not have the same style. Oh.
Yeah, that's why and I know people get fucking offended, but just give me a goddamn gift card. Just let me go pick my own shit. Very, very, very few people. When people buy shit, they buy shit for them. They don't buy shit with you, considering your taste unless they really, really know you. Just give me a gift card. Let me go buy what I want.
Yeah, well, I always buy you stuff, clothes and stuff. So
because you know my taste,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Socks at the time, but now I look back, that was a good ass gift, right? Just wasn't grateful. That's all.
As a kid, yes, socks and underwear and shit like that. But I used to be fucking livid. As an adult, I'd be like, yes, please.
But I'm a kid because as a kid, I choose a Transformer over drawers all day.
Yes, you do.
I'd be like, I'd rather walk around with no underwear than to not have Optimus Prime. So you can't let me make decisions. I can't be relied upon. I am a child.
Yes.
At work, I received Dollar Tree bath set, and I said to my work spouse, what the hell am I going to do with bath salts? He starts to tell me about bath salts in Florida. That day at work, today turned into a rabbit hole of bath salts as a drug, face eating, and everything I do not need to know about bath salts. Yeah, and I don't think those are the same kind of bath salts, but I think that's just like some type of meth. But yeah, it is a dollar store Christmas gifts do be sketchy.
Yeah, I'm about to say, get real bath salts that you can sprinkle in the water and relax.
Well, they are real bath salts.
Oh, okay. But
the ones you got from the dollar store.
Oh.
But then they talked about the drug bath salts.
Oh, no.
Which is meth, I think.
Oh, no, thank you.
Eso Rar says hat and scarf. Now, granted, I'm from Ohio. It'd be cold as fuck. But I had plenty of scarves and hats. It felt lazy. I hear you.
Yeah, that's like I give people the gift cards, so then they won't judge your bad gift giving.
Meanwhile, you just gonna go buy a hat and scarf.
Right.
Tiffany Cherie says, double stuffed Oreos like wrapped and put under the tree. Shaking my damn head. Wow, that is bad. That is pretty bad.
That's laziness.
You bought something you just get at the grocery store. You actually spent money, put wrap paper on it, and act like a present. I would be mad. Yes.
Yeah, unless it's like that person's favorite candy or some shit like
that.
It
wouldn't matter if it was my favorite candy in the motherfucking world.
But then it better be specialty.
Publix. I can get double stuffed Oreos any time of the year, anywhere.
I better pick it up. My name better be written on it. Maybe one of them specialty ones.
Call me ungrateful, because I'm not fucking with it. That's whack. DJ Java says, me and my brother had matching bright yellow cable knitted homemade jumpers off my aunt. They had such high collars, it looked like I was wearing a neck brace and was itchy as hell. Then to add insult to injury, my mother made us wear them for the next school photos. Wow, I want to see them pictures. Put them on DJ Java. Put them pictures up on your Instagram. I want for Throwback Thursday.
Yeah, them the shits that make you mad, child. Don't nobody want your homemade gift, auntie.
I want to see y'all looking like Roger from What's Happening. Flicks Chick G says, my brother prides himself on giving the worst gifts. Who? Why? For who?
Right. I don't just.
Why is that a badge of honor?
We would fall out after a while, but like, I don't want your shit. Don't send it to me.
Two of the worst we received: the movie Oogly Loves and Sean Hannity's tabletop book. Oh, fuck him. Right. I would worse his ass back then. What'd you get me for Christmas? Nothing. That's what I got you. You got me Sean Hannity. I'm giving you nothing. Guess what you get next year? Sean Hannity tabletop book. I'm giving you your shit
back.
Same
shit back.
Brooklyn Shoebay says, I like free stuff, so there's rarely a gift that I hated or disliked. I'm fat. I've been fat for over 25 years. Even when I tell my family and friends I don't wear 2 or 3X, they don't seem to believe me and buy clothes at least 2 sizes too small because they run big. I do hate that.
Oh, no. But there is a difference. Them X's matter, and people act like that shit don't.
Also, not all fat people's shirts are the same and stuff.
No.
Like, some are too short. Mm-hmm. Like, it's the same thing as all other clothes. Like, you can be a tall person and the extra large shirt that you buy as a tall person isn't extra long, so now you got a shirt that look like a fucking tank top or some shit. Halter top. Soul Substance says, my grandmother used to buy me underwear, a slip, and tights every year for Christmas. I hated it. Christmas for getting what I want, not draws. I feel you though. I feel you. Socks, white socks, says Splendiferous. Damn.
But like, not in the colored socks, not in the shit,
right.
Not in the SpongeBob socks. They was like, here's some basic ass socks.
My ex-mother-in-law gave me an 8-hour seminar on tape of Billy Graham. What? No
Ooh.
way. I see why his ex-mother-in-law though.
Right.
I would have broke up with my wife just for that. Like it's not even you, it's your mama. I'm sorry.
Nobody wants this.
I got a white elephant gift of hip hop abs on DVD. My job at the time had a running game of who could get the worst. White elephant gifts and hip hop abs have been in rotation for years because everyone kept regifting it. Yeah, it would be funny as hell though. If somebody came back one year to regift it, but they were ripped. Like
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I did the hip hop abs. Oh yeah, I mean,
Y'all were bullshitting, but I did it. I came to give somebody else with the hip hop.
I'm actually
abs.
passing it on now that I have a 12 pack. I
Right.
thought maybe y'all could get like your boy.
Now that I have a 16 pack, I can whip everybody's ass in here.
Yeah, I'm gonna get in so much trouble for this, but a positive pregnancy test. Okay. Here's the thing. I know this dude. Karen knows this dude. We went to college with this dude. I'm not gonna say your name out loud.
Don't do that. But that gotta be absolutely nuts. Oh my god, what is it? The fuck? If nothing else, it gotta be confusing for everybody in the room.
But it can't be the worst gift, man. You gotta do like those commercials of when they have pregnancy tests and the guy's always like,
fake smile
"Oh my
and-
god, we're pregnant." You gotta be happy. You
Yes.
can't be like,
We're pregnant.
"Oh no, I wanted a PS5. What is this?"
There go my PS5 money.
All right, I wanted to sign up for PlayStation Plus, not see a plus on this stick.
Right? This is not the same.
This is a different type of P and S Plus.
I know.
Games.
Be like, I wanted a game pass.
Right.
Now I can't afford to go to the game.
I want to get on the sticks, not pregnancy stick.
Right.
Games and Drink says my cousin fought over a game of pity pat. It got ugly. They are brothers, but didn't talk to each other for a while. How's that a gift? That's not a gift of anything. Elise says, we didn't say what's your worst Christmas.
Right. They was like, this was my worst Christmas ever.
Also, fighting over pity pat is hilarious.
Yes, you got kids now that don't even know how to play that.
Yeah, that's not even like Tonk, Uno, Spades.
Mm-hmm.
Pity pat, y'all going off the, what y'all gonna fight over bridge? Y'all going off the damn
Right.
board.
Monopoly is another one that started fights.
Yeah. Elise says, as a kid, my great grandmother would put walnuts and pecans that were in the shell in my stockings. I didn't even know how to open them up. Oh.
How could you didn't have a nutcracker? And for those of you that's down there, them bitches is hard as fuck. You literally gotta put out a hammer or get a nutcracker. You ain't getting them nuts.
That's what the motherfucking nutcracker was about. You know, that's why they had them. Because
You be like, I
People
guess I'm
gave-
starved.
it was, if you remember, nutcrackers are kind of Christmas time play.
Mhm.
And of course, people were getting that terrible gift of nuts for Christmas. So I feel you. Damn, this is actually terrible. But when I was 22, I forgot to get my best friend a gift for Xmas and gave her a box of sample makeup and lotions from hotels. This is actually mortifying in hindsight. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than that. I'm a bad friend gift exchange.
You be like, who makes this? Who is this?
Especially if it's somebody that is important to you. Because it's like, I fucked up and I fucked
You
up.
be better off be like, you know what? It ain't got here yet. You literally
Yeah.
be better off telling them that and going and getting some other
People
shit.
that actually do care about it too. Because like I had a friend, she gave a fuck big time about birthdays and Christmases, and she will make a big deal about my birthday, but I'm not a birthday big deal person.
Right.
And so I felt like I could never truly reciprocate. I really had to put a lot of effort into like, oh, this is a big deal for her, you know. It was
Yeah,
kind of
I had
stressful.
I had to understand that about certain people in my life too, where I don't give a fuck, and for them it's very, very important.
Yeah, like I would never hold it against somebody that forgot my birthday, but
and I don't.
I know, like, I remember one year I forgot her birthday and she was mad for a long time. I was like, oh shit, this is for real.
Yeah, and you know what, and I personally think a lot of that comes from trauma. I'll just aside, like when people get really offended like
Yeah.
that, you go, oh, this is deeper than just this.
I just kind of needed to know ahead of time. Like,
Right.
if you that person, let me know ahead of time by like, hey, this is a big deal to me, so that I won't fuck it up. Because I don't want to.
No, not
You
on
know,
purpose.
it's never my goal.
Mm-mm.
JL Covan says, a scale from my mom when I was 13. It was the biggest package on the tree, so I left it for last. It was a good haul of gifts, and I assumed it was a gaming system. Nope. Oh, no. And it's a scale, so it's like, lose some weight, fatty.
Right.
Like, oh, fuck. Not only will I not be sitting around playing video games, I'll be sitting around thinking about how fat I am for the rest of my life.
Right.
Thanks.
And on top of that, JL, it's probably one of them old school ones. You know, now everything's digital. So probably them old schools where you got to sit and watch that bitch rotate around till it get to your weight.
Ms. Anderson says, years ago, I gave my boyfriend single sole Timberlands instead of double sole. Apparently in NY, that's the equivalent of giving Walmart sneakers instead of Jordans. I couldn't figure out why his mood changed when he opened the box. Then he finally told me. Damn, I wouldn't have known either. And I lived in New York for a little bit.
I don't know shit about shoes, so now I wouldn't have known.
CV Earthsea said, I would say the worst or most is I regret was all of the ones I spent on in-laws' children who were and still are some of the most ridiculous and ungrateful people. The worst was just creepy. I had an aunt who used to make tissue box covers like for the bathroom, and it was a troll doll face. It was so scary. I cried, and my mom hid it from me when we got home. US still says worst was from an office gifting thing. I got a fruitcake. Oh, the fruitcake. Who wants the fruitcake? And I know one of you strange weirdos is gonna write in and say, I like fruitcake. Don't bother.
Mm-mm.
Don't bother.
Most of them shit
You're a
are
psychopath.
bricks.
No one wants a fucking fruitcake. I know it because that's the only time of the year you see them is for Christmas, and it's always a letdown. It's always like, oh, you shouldn't have. Fuck.
Right, and so for somebody like me, this is why I never participated in it. Hours. You want to participate? No, I don't want to participate.
It was always in a fucking office. I never even got one. I never seen anyone eat or give someone a fruitcake in the wild. I've only seen it in the captivity of a cubicle in the office.
Yes,
where it's like, oh, the Liedermeyer organization got us a fruitcake for the office. I'm like, and no one's gonna eat it.
Nobody wants that hard ass.
Give it to the one weird motherfucker that likes it. They can take it home. I hope their house is full of fruitcakes.
It probably is.
I bet fruitcakes don't even spoil.
I bet you they don't. I didn't even think about that.
And not one of the good ones, like somebody had bought it from a man that sells bean pies at a barbershop. Elise also says, I asked for my ex for a Pandora bracelet and an iPod, and when the first one came out, he bought me Sears' version of the Charm bracelet and a knockoff MP3 player. The Charms looked terrible, and the MP3 player would randomly erase all the songs. Man, I remember back in the day, though, when, like, we weren't quite ready for the technology and shit like that would happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like you would
Before the clouds.
You'd have an MP3 player and just randomly every 179th day, you just lose some shit. And you're like, what? I know I downloaded that album. What the fuck is this? I know I put these podcasts on here. What's happening? Because our technology was not reliable. Impressively Splendid says, when I was a kid, my frugal aunt gave me cheap, clear plastic purse with knockout Amway Doritos in it for Christmas. Yes, she was an Amway saleswoman, and yes, she would hound the family about joining.
Yes, don't nobody about that shit. Y'all stop it.
Allison says, my great-grandfather's wife gave me a handmade dress with a race car appliques, and a gold lame ruffle at the bottom. I was 6. Said the most fake appreciative thank you so much I could muster, and ran upstairs to throw it as far back in my closet as my little arms could manage. Couldn't wait for the Goodwill box to show up the next year.
Ain't that the truth?
Pink hat and a scarf. I am a Delta, says PhD. Oh, so it was an insult because it was AKA stuff. Appia says, something with I will love you forever I gave to one of my ex-boyfriends shortly before breaking up with him. Well, you can love them in a friend way, you know? Ali says, when I was in high school, an older relative gave me a professional planner. It was one of those leather-bound notebook kind. It was for that current year and the first few months of the next year. So they gave you a planner that was basically useless.
Yeah, the bulk of the year is gone.
Right. It's like, this for your New Year's resolution. Then you need to, one of your resolutions, get a new planner.
You know they got them shit in Office Max or one of them shits right there. Where
the dollar store. That's not, Office Max has the new shit.
No,
so
they said it was leather, so you know it's a little step
that's
up.
What I'm saying. Like,
so
it was that's in the dollar
off.
store, because it's like how I found Charles Barkley's book in the dollar store. Like, it was in a bookstore somewhere, and then they said, ain't nobody buying this shit. It's way too late. And I feel like that's what happened with these. It was like Office Max was like, get this shit to the dollar store. It's November.
Yeah, we getting the 2024 versions in. Why is this 2023 still here? It goes up tomorrow. You get it out of here.
USB hub in a hastily wrapped package with my name spelled wrong from my husband. Oh, of course. Wilder says items from someone's kitchen cabinet. Soda bread.
What the fuck
What?
is soda bread?
Who the fuck is giving you just stuff from a kitchen? That don't give me nothing. Just say I forgot.
did it have a handprint on it too? What
Like,
the fuck is a soda bread?
It's the audacity of saying. It's the audacity of not just saying I forgot. Because now you trying to play me like I'm stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you got me half a Wonder Bread. You got me half a loaf of Wonder Bread. You shouldn't have. Like, I'm not stupid.
Like I said, I've never participated in the office thing, and the biggest reason why, because every year we would do it, it would always sound fucking terrible. It would be shit where people would give gift cards because everybody like set an amount. People give gift cards, and people would get gift cards where the money has already been used. People would
That's tacky.
yes, you know how you had like the Bath and Body Works. You know how they had they used to have like the 5 for 5 type of thing. People would do that, and instead of giving somebody out 5, they would get 3 out of 5 or 2 out of 5. You know,
See, I don't mind.
that's the shit
I don't mind
everybody
stuff like
knows.
that. None of that
Right.
is insulting to me. With that, the used gift card is more insulting.
Yes.
But I was always a person that just overdid it. I was an asshole when we would have like the gift exchange at my company, and they'd be like, "Listen, guys, we got a $10 limit. We don't want to." I just go spend $20 and be like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna have the dopest gift." And yeah, I broke the rules. Suck my dick. Everyone likes me. How about that?
Mhm.
And everybody did like me for that, because I remember one year it was like a whatever the gift limit was, and I went and got like a movie theater gift card, some popcorn, and all this shit, and it cost more than
Good.
the limit, but at least everybody, whoever got my shit, would liked me. They were stealing the fuck out of that shit. Descent, like I want to take that gift, like
Oh, so you could see it in
Yeah.
advance? Okay.
an ugly ass wool sweater you would see on the Cosby Show.
Was it uneven?
Yeah, was it the Gordon Gartrell or was it the Coogee sweater? Because it's a big difference.
I seen that picture of soda bread. That shit don't even look appetizing.
304 says 1 year I wanted some Timberlands for Christmas. On Christmas morning, my dad handed me his gift. I opened it and saw the Timberland box. Lost my mind. I was so excited. I opened the box. It wasn't the ones I wanted. It was something he got on sale. Let's just say the excitement faded. Damn, poor dad. He tried. They don't be knowing what's cool.
Yeah, unless you specifically, and that's why when I was a kid, my mom and them would take me out and tell me, specifically tell us what you want, and then we'll get it for you later on, because we don't want you all sad and disappointed and shit, because we don't know what the fuck we buying based off of your description of what it is.
Right. But yeah, I feel bad for the dad, because he didn't know.
Parents aren't cool. They don't
Yeah.
they don't know. They don't give a fuck. The trends have changed. They ain't keeping up with it.
Athletic pants from my husband. He hit me something else too. Got me something else too. But I don't remember because I was too upset about the fucking Nike pants. No, I didn't ask for them. He said it was practical, which didn't help. I don't know the rules on that one. K-Sar says my girlfriend gave me a fucking clock when I have an Apple Watch time on the microwave and stove. Shaking my head.
Unless you somebody loves clocks.
We have a clock in one of our rooms, so I don't know.
Yeah, I keep a clock. I know that sounds odd. I got a
Yeah.
clock in the bathroom, and I purposely got it because when I shower, it's like a time warp. So I like to look outside and see the clock on the wall. And it's not even digital. It's one of them old school clocks, like the clock in the classroom.
Received strong perfume and lotion. Oh, strong. When it's strong, it's the
It'll
worst.
knock you out.
Like, what are you trying to say? I need to cover up a scent? Like, what am I trying to hide a dead body? Like, give me some classy shit that is not
That
gonna
matters.
burn my fucking nostril hair.
Right? Don't nobody want this. You be like, why is this burning my eyes?
I can't even put my cologne on around a candle because I might blow up the whole fucking house.
And burst into flames.
I have allergies and can't handle certain scents. Kim says, in middle school, a girl I barely hung with gave me an open, slightly used perfume. It smelled okay in the bottle. So I spritzed some on my wrist. It was so strong and so stank. Thought I was going to vomit. I tried washing it off in the school bathroom, but it would not come off. I was so self-conscious on the bus ride home. I cracked the window so no one else would feel sick. Left me wondering, what the hell did I do to that girl? Girl, you got to take that perfume home and mix it with some water or something. That's the only way to wear it. That's crazy.
She gave you the concentrated version.
A Bugs Bunny stuffed animal from one of my aunts. I was 27 years old.
Oh, no. Child, that's what happened when family members always pitch you as 10.
You'll always be her little baby.
Yeah, it's hard for some adults to pitch you outside of 12.
I was 27 years old at the time and had never in my life expressed any kind of affinity for Bugs Bunny. Well, ain't you a stinker? Eve says, worst gift I ever received was fruitcake. Yes. Worst gift I ever given is the same fruitcake to follow Christmas. Right. They don't got no expiration date. Fruitcake can't spoil. That should tell you everything. It's not fruit or cake.
Them shit's gonna last forever. Fruitcake and roaches are gonna be the only thing to survive when the world ends.
Book like we should be sending that to like the war zones and shit where people is like starving and be like, look, we got wheat and fruitcakes. And they'll probably be like, we'll rather
Like, we don't know what to do with it.
Give us the grains.
We fried, we baked it. The shit is still not edible.
Give us the grains. Black Girl in World says, a work gift when I worked at a credit union, a lotto ticket and a DVD of Elf, which was missing a DVD, but they gave us the receipt when we got the presents. There was a slight expectation that the winnings would be shared. That is pretty crappy. I would have won and just not came back to work. Kay says, a Tina Turner wig. Every Christmas at my grandma's parents' house, I would receive a ton of gifts. One year they said they didn't have time to shop because they were out of town. I was about 8 years old. I cried so hard I ran a fever and we had to leave. The next year all my gifts were back. Damn. A Tina Turner wig? For why?
For a kid?
Yeah, I don't understand why.
Not unless the kid is like a big Tina Turner fan.
Right. Like, so was it like your grandmama had a Tina Turner wig and you just put it in a box like, happy birthday, baby, happy Christmas?
I mean, you were a child. You like, the fuck is this?
I'm just picturing you being crying with a Tina Turner wig on as an 8-year-old.
Right.
And your parent and your family trying to make you dance for the family. Because you know they always love to do that. Do your little dance. Go ahead, get up.
Do that.
Tears coming down your eyes. You was like Tina Turner. You was crying and doing them damn songs. Like,
you was mad. Y'all didn't have to beat me, but once when not giving me no gifts.
Juicy Mama's daddy says, all right, so boom, I'm home for the first holiday after finishing Navy boot camp. Everyone is coming over to see me because I've been gone for a few months. Even my Aunt Kim, she's ecstatic to see me. Hugs, kisses, and all. Skip to her leaving. She said, see you on Christmas. I got some money for you. I'm like, cool. I'm 18 and broke. My aunt is not a rich person, so I'm not expecting much, $20, $30. Every time I see her or talk to her, she says the same thing. I got some money for you. She's so excited about it, so I'm getting excited too. Making plans. Thinking for sure she fitting to put a little cash in the nephew's pocket. Fast forward to Christmas. She shows up to the house in a Santa hat with a big bag full of gifts. She gets to my gift, a small wrap package with my name on it. I take it, smiling, start opening it, smile a little bit more, see money green, smile widen a little bit more. Then I realize what the gift and my smile, what's the gift is, and my smile starts to slowly disappear. Because now I realize that the money she had for me was a do-rag with money printed all over it. She was so excited about the gift that she wasn't able to see my disappointment on my face, and I was able to feign appreciation. Like I said, she didn't have much, so she was happy to be in a position to get everyone something. And I didn't want to ruin that feeling for her, and I needed a new do-rag anyway. Kept that do-rag for years after because, one, it was a pretty good one. Two, it served as a reminder to always temper expectations. So a bad gift actually turned out into a great life lesson. Oh, it didn't end that bad. That's fine. Last one. From Of Course I Look Tired. My mother straight up didn't give me a Christmas gift after all the family had opened presents. I asked her about it privately. She said the gift she gave my now ex-husband for his birthday in November was something I could use too since we lived in the same house. That meant I should count it as my birthday gift, as his birthday gift and my Christmas gift. Oh, trash.
No.
Trash.
You can't do that.
And I would have broke up with him too, and I would have kept the gift. I said, that's my gift now. Finally. Okay. All right, that's it for doing it for the gram. Thank you everybody that wrote in. That was fun. For the gram, 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 for the gram. All right, we got news. All kinds of stuff is happening. But let's talk about some abusers, guys. Yay! Jonathan Majors appears to admit physically attacking his ex Grace Jabari in text messages entered into evidence.
Yeah, this something broke this weekend.
Yeah,
Or Friday, I'm
yeah.
assuming. Yeah, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, so they have the text messages, and I'm not gonna lie, after reading these text messages, I really like, why did you go to trial?
Did you go
Why, what
to
did you think?
trial?
Like, and look, he hasn't, I don't think his side, the defense side, is gone yet. So I don't know what evidence they're gonna present that's gonna be so compelling, but text messages you wrote that seem to confirm you did something to her, man,
They don't look good.
is, yeah, they're down bad. Okay. But yeah, he wrote, I fear you have no perspective on what could happen if you go to the hospital. They will ask you questions, and as I don't think you actually protect us, it could lead to an investigation even if you do lie and they suspect something. In that message, he also stated it's just fake, but based on the messages put in the evidence, it was not clear what he was calling fake, and no context was provided in the court. In the text messages displayed to the jury and read into the record by Jabari on her fourth and final day on the stand on Friday, Jabari appears to assure Majors that she would not blame him for allegedly causing an injury to her head. I will tell the doctor I bumped my head. She cried as she read aloud. Unable to continue, Assistant District Attorney Kelly Galloway took over. I will tell the doctor I bumped my head if I go. I'm going to give it one more day, but I can't sleep and I need some stronger painkillers. That's all. Why would I tell them what really happened when it's clear I want to be with you? The text messages were previously mentioned by prosecutors in a 115-page pretrial filing in October and are considered Malinu evidence with the New York State Unified Court System defines as conduct that is inextricably interwoven with the charged acts, which may provide necessary background information or explanation to the charged acts.
Yeah, and on top of that, saying quote unquote it's fake news. What did he say? Whoever the phone service provider, they got them shit. So I don't know what to tell you, dog.
Right.
Like they can go in their database and pull that shit up somewhere up in their cloud and be like, nope, this is the whole exchange.
In that filing, prosecutors mentioned medical records from London related to an incident that occurred September 2022. That earlier incident of alleged abuse had previously been ruled inadmissible, but in a series of cross-examination questions, which presiding judge Michael Gaffey had said lacked specificity, the defense opened the door to prosecutors being able to share with the jury text messages regarding that prior incident. On cross-examination earlier this week, Priya Chaudhry, one of Major's defense lawyers, had drilled Jabari about why the morning after the alleged March 2023 incident, the woman had told emergency personnel she did not remember how she had become injured. Gaffey said Friday morning that Chaudhry had asked questions in an effort to impugn Jabari's credibility, even though they knew there might be another reason she was not forthcoming. In those September 2022 text messages, Majors had responded to Jabari threatening suicide if his then girlfriend went to the hospital for her injured head. So this is different from the March 2023 incident. This is a separate incident in which she is saying and he is texting about her having a head injury and should not go to the hospital because somehow it would implicate him and he would get in trouble because unless she lied. That's pretty open and shut. I can't imagine what context they're going to provide. Maybe there will be some, but I can't imagine what it is that would make that shit okay.
Right. And so his side was basically fighting not to have that allowed because it was like, what does that got to do with this? But they was like, it actually does have to do with this.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Last night I considered killing myself versus coming home. He said, I need love too. Or maybe I'm such a monster and horrible man I don't deserve it. I should just kill myself. In that way, my existence is miserable and I want to die. Which is something that a lot of times people do in abusive relationships that starts the cycle over, which is like, I feel so bad about what I did to you. I'm so hurt that I will hurt myself and I need you and your love to heal me. And that means one, not facing consequences. And obviously at this point, if you come home, I'm not going to be abusive to you right now. It's that cycle of, like huge acts of love and stuff like that. And huge acts of like, I need your sympathy and empathy. And then of course the abuse doesn't stop really.
Agreed.
Jabari, who in court was turned in the direction of the projected text messages, had responded, I will not go to the doctor if you don't feel safe with me doing so or don't trust me to. I promise you I would never mention you, but understand your fear. telling her that she could not reject his love and admonishing her for not hugging him after the alleged fight. Majors noted by text, "I will probably kill myself. It's not really contemplated anymore. I'm a monster, a horrible man, not capable of love. I'm killing myself soon." She says, "Jonathan, you can't say this. I'm going to have to tell someone." Yeah, and once again, like, think about what that is. He's only saying that because she didn't hug him after he allegedly hit her so hard in the head she need to go to the hospital. And he's like, "You didn't hug me, I'm gonna kill myself." It's just more manipulation.
Not for manipulation.
Assuming that, all is on the up and up, and I don't know how they would be faking these text message evidence in the court. So
right.
As the text messages were read aloud to the jury, Major, seated at a defense table in a black suit and a white collar shirt, kept his head down, his hands in his lap, and his binder of notes shut. When the prosecutors finished reading the text message, the actor looked briefly at the jury. The details of that September 22 incident were not further detailed for the jury, as that earlier incident is still otherwise precluded from coming into the trial. I mean, sound like she was hit in the head. Doesn't really sound like they would need a lot more from that incident, unless you want to be like, sometimes you gotta hit a bitch. She had a sniper rifle. Like, what are you gonna
Please
do?
don't.
Prosecutors listed a series of texts by Jabari in September 22, only some of which were shared with the jury Friday, which included, per prosecutors, photographs of a hand, shoulder, and buttocks, along with text messages about punching, discussing pain, and is shared with the jury Friday on September 22, 2022. A text messages with JM using Major's initials regarding medical treatment. In court Friday, Galloway then moved on to her redirect questioning of Jabari to the March 2023 incident, asking Jabari why she had initially told emergency personnel she did not know how she became injured. "I was just scared of the consequences of it. I still wanted to protect him." Yeah, and I think a lot of what Jonathan Major's side is going to be, because they've shared so much publicly at this point, is, but she went to the club. She didn't look too fucked up later on that night in the March incident. And that's going to be their big, that's their big joker. And I don't know that that's saving anything. And if I'm, Marvel or any of these companies, I'm probably cutting ties with them. I see YCA cut ties with them, It
was like, we don't want that smoke. Mm-mm.
And this is one of the reasons I don't just jump on this whole black man shit. I'm sorry, but too often this shit is used and you end up looking stupid, or you end up so invested in your agenda, you won't admit when, like, okay, this motherfucker did this shit.
Right.
And I don't like that. I haven't listened to Roland Martin's show, but a mutual fan of our show and Roland Martin's show had hit me up on Twitter and was like, because I said, this is why I don't do that black man shit. Just, I can wait till the trial and see what
I can wait
out.
to evidence and all that stuff.
This isn't me saying everybody accused did it either. It's just, I can wait. I can always wait till some shit comes out.
Right, and there's no bonus for getting it first and right.
Some things look bad and they aren't. Some things look fine and they aren't.
Right.
There's no extra credit for getting it first.
Mm-mm.
And it's also, like I said, people come invested, so when they get it wrong, they won't even say that. Like, they won't come back and be like,
start doubling down.
damn, I've been yelling and saying this man did this shit for years, and now look up, turns out here's some evidence he didn't do it. You can't take it back.
Nope.
So anyway, my point being, I don't fall for that shit, but somebody was saying, like, well, Roland Martin was kind of making that argument for Jonathan Majors on this show. I haven't heard the show, so I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't heard
And they were
either.
like, this is just like when Bill Cosby stuff happened, Roland was making arguments for that. And I'm like, because there is a contingent of black dudes that think, like, because of the history of, false allegations against black men, especially from white women and stuff, they will almost always err on the side of benefit of the doubt no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know where that comes from, as far as, like, I don't know how many times you have to be proven wrong to be like, okay, that maybe no.
Yeah, and like you say, it's all right to be like, you know what, let me see. Let's see how this all plays out. Like that, that's always an option. But yeah, a lot of them are very loud and very gun-ho, regardless of what the evidence says.
I mean, if Roland Martin was talking like that on Thursday or Friday after this shit dropped, I wonder what he's gonna say on Monday. Like,
right?
At what point do you go, yeah, that does look pretty fucking bad, man. You did something. Like, I don't know. I've never texted nobody no shit like that. You're not gonna be able to find some text messages between me and Karen that sound like I'm telling her not to go to the hospital because she got a injury to her head that I feel like if she discloses, I'll get in trouble for.
Right.
So what are we talking about here? So I don't know. I don't feel that protective, and I think the biggest thing for me is a lot of these abusive dudes take advantage of that.
Yes,
because they
do.
know that the scale is weighted, especially within the black community, is weighted towards, you know, black men over everything when it comes to stuff like this. It's the reason, you know, Dez Bryant found a lot of company when he went after Malika Andrews, even though it was wrong.
Right.
It's the reason that, you know, to this day people still, you know, act like Nate Parker was done dirty.
Right.
You know, it's this thing where it's like, listen, man, we must protect these brothers at all costs, and only these brothers at all costs. Like, you know,
nobody else gets the benefit of the doubt. Nobody else gets the cushion. Nobody else gets the, well, they might be telling the, you know what I mean, they might be lying. Nobody else gets that.
And I think that's why you see the public, you see these guys go out and try to win the public, the PR messaging. Right. That's why you see like a Puff Daddy put out a statement. R. Kelly for years, you know, was acting like he was the victim of just this witch hunt on him, regardless of his own words and interviews kind of confirming what he was doing. Bill Cosby ran to that black man shit. Everyone, but Michael Jackson ran to the black man shit. Everyone, O.J. Simpson, everyone runs to the, hey, I'm a black man, they trying to lynch me, this is Emmett Till. Whenever it's like, or maybe we should look into this and see if his chickens come home to roost, because I'm not saying you did it right away, but I'm definitely not running around starting to make these macro arguments that you didn't do it.
Right.
Jussie Smollett did this. Like, too often it's the, as a black man, they trying to shut me down. It's like, are they though? Because, you know, this shit, I'm a black man. They don't just randomly accuse me of shit all the time either. Like, sometimes we need to take a breath and let's see what the evidence is. Is it really coming out of nowhere? We've had times where it came out of nowhere, but we also had times where, like, Darren Sharper's going to jail for 10 years. So all those podcasts and arguments you made about, like, why would he have to rape somebody? Shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. You don't know. Wait till the evidence comes out. Then you don't have to look fucking stupid. And why do you have to be the person that hops on it the next time too? Because the next nigga gonna get accused of something too, and you gonna be the first one to tell me, oh no, see, a black man was just trying to, so what? Now that he coming up, they're trying to falsely accuse him of abuse because he's doing good in movies. That's why. You know, it's crazy. Speaking of abuse, Sean Diddy Combs accused of sexual assault in federal lawsuit.
Which is separate from the other one, y'all. If people trying to keep track, this
is not a fourth person.
This is not the same one.
It's not Cassie.
As the one he settled on. Because, you know, some people might think, no, this is a completely different one, y'all.
Yeah, at least 3 more women have come forward. One of them saying she was a 17-year-old junior in high school when she was sexually assaulted. Details are all in the article. He also his Harvey Pierre, the former president of Bad Boy Entertainment, is also accused of taking part in this sexual assault. Along with some third dude that I was not named. There is a picture of her when she's 17 sitting on his lap in the studio. She's been accused of rape, sex trafficking, and years of abuse by Cassie in the lawsuit in mid-November. That was settled 1 day later. He was accused of drugging and raping Joey Dickerson Neal in a separate lawsuit filed before the expiration of the Adult Survivors Act, which suspended New York statute of limitations for 1 year to allow sex crime victims to sue their alleged abusers, regardless of when the abuse occurred. And then, of course, he put out, and this is what I wonder if this violates his settlement with Cassie, because he put out a statement on Instagram. Enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. If people remember, this is how Donald Trump and Bill Cosby
breaking the NDA
opened up their the settlements they had settled like civilly.
Yeah.
They opened themselves up to criminal prosecution because
Mhm.
part of that settlement was you can't come out here and say you never did any of this shit.
Right.
You can not comment on it. You cannot address it. But you can say, hey, me settling isn't an admission of guilt. What you can't say is basically I'm lying.
Right.
And I wonder if this will open him up to that.
A possibility. You never know. Like I say, and a lot of times these people feel like they quote unquote have to defend themselves. They have to say, even though they've done the things that they've done quote unquote legally what they were supposed to do to settle it, but it's just something within them that feels like they have to get out here in the public eye just to let the shit be known. And like you say, then you open yourself up to real consequences.
Yeah, and he opened up like an initiative for I forget what it's called. Empower Global is for like black people or whatever. And 18 businesses, he opened it up this year. 18 businesses have already terminated their relationship with Empower Global in light of the abuse allegations against them. Right.
So basically the whole thing is default because people are like, I'm not going to support that.
Right. So this should, and the thing also, one of the reasons I don't really like take up for these motherfuckers like this on just off the grip. Another reason is like these motherfuckers will make you look stupid. Because if somebody is abusive, it's because their ego and whatever their emotion, they're out of control. Like they're not in control a lot of times. So they flip out, they lose, they go out the handle, they lie, they do a bunch of shit that doesn't make sense as far as like no one's gonna believe this. So you sitting up here like this, he innocent and y'all. And then, like, every fucking Instagram post, you got to be like, okay, so what he could have meant, like, who would think to say all this shit is just lies? A person that did it. Sometimes you read a statement and you're like, I feel like that person did it. Like this statement didn't give me what the effect you thought it was going to give me, where I would be like, well, he obviously innocent. Some statements I'll be like, that's a statement of a motherfucker that did that.
Like, what is really happening here? What's going on?
Right. Speaking of abusers, Russell Simmons questions if sexual assault accusers may have thirst for fame. Says he's taking 9 lie detector tests. Here's the thing. Can y'all name me the famous abuse victims that we only know for being abused, and we're like, man, they really went on to stardom based on that abuse?
Them talking about their abuse really took their career to the next level.
I watched that documentary On the Record when it came out, by Drew Dixon. And and it's not just her she's not the only person that claims to be abused by him, right? Mm-mm. But I watched that documentary. This woman was on the precipice of having everything and essentially lost her career and left the industry. Ended up not getting credit, having her credit taken. Where's the come up for her 20 years later going, this is what happened?
Right.
Where is the come up? What's Drew been up to lately? Where are we all looking at like, man, Drew, ooh, I know she glad she came up with that thing because she is blowing up right now. Nah, that's not what's happening. So it's just very disheartening to see this kind of excuse floated out there, because some people will believe it. They will go, yep, bitches be lying, trying to come up, and it's not what happened. But yeah, he said that he confessed to having an intense past sexual appetite, which included endless foursomes, though he's now calls his actions egotistical. Simmons says he slept with thousands of women and at times spoke poorly to them, suggesting this may be the reason of the many rape claims against him. One is very funny because funny and odd, ironic, because obviously his image is this pious, humble, I meditate, and then but the only way to justify, or in his mind, to justify the charges against him is to be like, actually I'm a monster and I be fucking everybody. I be talking down to these women. They probably just mad. I like to fuck them and call them out their name. So that's probably what it was. It's just, I had so much sex. Anyway, show up to my meditation yoga retreat. I'm going to teach you about self-control and discipline.
Yeah, as somebody who cannot step a foot in the United States, so they'll rush your ass on the spot.
Right. I was in so many compromising situations that people can have a recollection from 30 or 40 years ago. It can be different from my recollection. Yeah, they just don't. They just recall being raped, and you recall it differently. That's all. He said, "Could someone leave and feel hurt? Could someone leave and feel they wish they hadn't? Could someone reimagine a story out of thousands of people? Could someone want notoriety in a market where people thirst for fame?" Right.
Yes, it's amazing how only the women be the ones thirsting for fame.
Yeah, he claims he took 9 polygraph tests to prove his innocence. 1 polygraph test, not the most accurate,
And
even
they're
when
not permissible in
it's
court.
guilty. 2, what does that mean? Come
Right.
face if it's really that for you, then come face the court. Come back to America and face the charges.
He'll never do it.
Right, because you don't want to see what evidence they do or don't have. You don't want to play them games. You like, let me stay in Bali or wherever they ain't got extradition and just keep talking from over here. But he says, I don't think anybody is saying I'm violent. Of course, I've been insensitive, but certainly never been forceful, he maintained. There have been at least 18 women to come forward and claims of being forced in a non-consensual sex
It
act.
sounds like a pattern.
18 women. Oh, it sounds like a pattern? Okay.
I would think so.
I would say 18 is a pattern, Karen. I agree. 18 women have, according to him, different recollections.
All 18?
Just 18 women. 18 women. 18 people have recalled
Just foggy
being
memory.
sexually assaulted by you. They're bad. I mean, hey, what's 18 out of thousands of women, right? According to him now, this new story is thousands of women. Fuck out of here. Speaking of abuse, Cameron responds to Melyssa Ford's apology after the model insinuated he and Mase had relations with underage girls. Rapper Cameron says not on his watch. He recently fired back at Melyssa Ford. She's a video vixen. On the latest segment of It Is What It Is, after she insinuated he had sexual relations with an underage prostitute. The New York rapper and his co-host Mase started to discuss sex workers at some point in the episode. Cam said when he heard that Chicago rapper Lil Durk had a baby with a prostitute. But then the two said they shouldn't be talking about the subject because of what Ford took away from their recent story. The story in reference was when Cam talked about having sex with a sex worker. Last time we said something, people took it way too serious. We're not into anything illegal, so you can try to put that together. Let me put you together right quick, and don't ever come for me and kill her. Cam went on to say that the host would revisit the topic later if need be, but thought her comment screamed desperate. We ain't going to give it no attention, but tread lightly, he seemed to warn Ford without dropping her name. Be careful, because I'll tell you one thing. I know a lot of people at ICE, snipers, sharpshooters, and I know people in ICE. I'll have you escorted back up across the border. Be careful. It screams desperation, but we'll get a petition to get you out of the country. Cut it out. Mase joke, I was going to let you stay. First of all, the show they're doing over there is one of those shows where white people don't know about it, kind of.
And don't pay no attention.
Yeah, like Shannon Sharp's doing this too. Where like motherfuckers be having little side projects that white people don't really fuck with. So it's like you couldn't say that on ESPN, but you can get paid a lot of money to say that on your podcast where they ain't really clocking it like that. No lawyers is around.
Right, and it's also one of those things where you never know what evidence people have, and this also sounds like a threat to this person.
Well, what he's saying is fucked up, and he's trying to make fun of the fact that you're not, you're an immigrant or whatever. On a recent episode of Joe Budden podcast, Ford stirred the pot when she said Cam and Mase had a threesome in a brothel in the 90s and made a very serious accusation. Is there a distinct possibility there may have been underage girls in that whorehouse? She questioned, to which the co-host Budden replied, I don't know what you're doing, but it's disgusting what you're doing. Ford has since apologized for the comment. I apologize. I should have never made that insinuation. So I don't know where we go from there, but
right,
she really threw. I mean, if you don't have evidence, that's
right.
A hell of
if you just making shit up,
yeah, that's a hell of a I'm just saying. So I don't know. SAG-AFTRA deal has been struck after 118-day strike. They have agreed.
So they did the ratification.
They did ratify,
right?
yep.
Because everybody says it's over. I was like, y'all do know they still got to vote on it, and that's the shit that actually put it in stone.
Beyonce is the only musician named in Financial Times top 25 most influential women. I'm a little shocked by this because
right,
I thought Taylor Swift would be on it as well.
Me
But at the
too.
same time, all these lists are about leaving people out. That's the best part of a list. That's how you get viral, is by, that's why if you ever see like a list of the top 5 NBA players, they always leave out like if you said a list of the top 5 NBA teams right now, and you on ESPN, it would do you good to leave out like, say, the Timberwolves, who had the best record in the NBA, or
the
Lakers, or the Nuggets. Like, but you're never gonna make a list that's really just the top 5 people in the standings, because it won't work. So it makes sense that in a list that influential is what do you call that? Subjective, yes. Right. Influential is subjective. So you put her in there and you leave out Taylor Swift.
Right. The only 2 women who went coast to coast this year, selling fucking arenas out. Yeah, and it fuels the online stan wars about which one is better and shit. So I get it. And anytime you're making a list, it's gonna just be fucked up. But Margot Robbie, Aaliyah Bhatt, Ursula von der Leyen, and Coco Gauff are a few others who have been listed alongside Beyonce as women of influence. So yeah, whatever. Good for Beyonce though. Houston rapper Sauce Walka arrested for leading the police on a 130-mile-per-hour chase that resulted in a crash. Goddamn, and who?
I knew who was coming. He's a Houston rapper named Sauce Walka.
Okay, thank you.
That's what it was.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
That's who.
Okay.
According to Fox 26 Houston, he is being charged with evading arrest or detention in motor vehicle, watercraft, or tire deflation device. Police say that Walker led police on a high-speed chase in Houston for over 2 miles until crashing. It's uncertain if he was injured, but he appears to be set to appear in court on Friday.
130 miles per hour, bitch, that's fast.
After his arrest, Sauce Walker posted a video on Instagram, assuring fans he was okay and anticipating his release from police custody soon. I want to tell my fans that I appreciate y'all for your care and concern. I'm good. I'm straight. I made it through a catastrophic accident, and the Super Saiyan that I am, I'm still here. I'm good. I'm healthy, and will continue to be wealthy. Right now, I'm incarcerated, but I should be getting out soon. I'm going to drop a video for y'all because I know y'all miss me, and I've been working hard, so I've got some more work I'm going to drop for y'all.
Doing it for the people, apparently.
We love to see it, Sauce Walker. Hopefully nobody died. Good for you. All right. Let's move out of this and move into something else. What do I want to do? You know what? Let's do some Guess the Race. We'll come back and do fucking with black people tomorrow or something.
Okay.
All right, let's do some Guess the Race. It's time for 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 Guess the Race. Guess the Race, a game where we go around the globe, find different articles, and guess the race of the people involved. Today's contestants, Karen, will be guessing the race of people, as will the chat room be guessing the race of the people, okay? In this article, bystanders stop woman from reportedly trying to burn MLK's birth home down.
What?
That's right, Karen. Atlanta, Georgia. Let me get the sound on for this. Oh, wait, this is not even the news, really. Okay.
Just that I'm not hearing it, baby.
Oh, they can't hear it?
Mm-mm.
Oh. All right, fuck it. I'll read it to y'all. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birth home, beloved Atlanta landmark, was spared from disaster Thursday afternoon, according to police. Several fast-acting bystanders, including 2 tourists from Utah and 2 off-duty NYPD officers. Sorry.
No problem. NYP duty officer that was in Atlanta. They just happened to be there.
Yeah, they were off-duty. They stopped a 26-year-old woman who was reportedly pouring gasoline on the home. A video shows the New York officers holding her down on the ground until Atlanta police could arrive. Their quick action saved the jewel of our city, something very important in Atlanta. Lanisha Chantrice Henderson was arrested and charged with criminal attempt to commit arson in the 2nd degree and interference with government property. Her motive is unknown. Police say she was taken to Grady Detention Center for evaluation and will be later transferred to jail. Bystander,
isn't that like a national landmark?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bystander Zach Kempf. It'd be funny if just like people lived in MLK's old home.
Right? Because I was like, I don't think nobody lives there.
Bystander Zach Kempf grabbed his cell phone and recorded the woman pouring liquid from a red can on the home's front porch. Then they saw her step off the porch and pick up a lighter. I stood at the stairs and said, "You can't do that," and blocked her for about a minute. She then walked down the street, and he said, at which point the New York City officers followed her and detained her. Battalion Police Chief Jerry DeBerry.
What a name!
Jerry DeBerry. Okay. Is that like Cherokee to ass? Like, how you get that name? Jerry DeBerry with Atlanta Fire Department said the witnesses were at the right place at the right time. If the witnesses hadn't been there and interrupted what she was doing, I mean, it could have been a matter of seconds for the house was engulfed in flames. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically the gist of the story. Karen, guess the race.
What's her name?
Her name is Lanisha Chantrice Henderson.
Oh, that's a black name.
Oh, that's a black name. Let's check the chat room and see what they believe her race to be. Yeah, she gonna get fed time.
Yeah, about to say, yeah, you talking about a federal building
in Atlanta too. Can't be giving people no ideas. Trey says, "I'm not like the rest of you Negroes, black."
You sure ain't. Because the rest of us ain't trying to set MLK's house on fire.
I'll never be like the rest.
I told my mom, I'll never be like any of those Negroes.
Local Blacks for Trump recruiter black.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Not the local Blacks for Trump recruiter. That's how they getting them now. It's like, we burned down MLK house.
She don't use shea butter in her hair black.
Right. Perk plus only. This is not the dream he was, sis. Job is a job. That's not race. Free for all thinking black. Free of all thinking black.
Oh, they were saying a job is a job.
I know.
Truck. That's hilarious.
Tim Scott's sister. Candace Owens sponsored black. Charleston White sister. The correct answer is she was black.
Oh, I get booed?
Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I'm booing her for burning down the house. Y'all were right.
Okay. Say, goddamn, was a white lady named that?
No.
You could have fooled me.
No, you guys are right. I made a mistake. And that's her right there.
Oh, she did that.
Yeah, I do wonder what the motive is. Cause
maybe not mentally stable.
Yeah, like what could have possibly happened? I assume some sort of mental health stuff, but
yes,
what could have possibly fucking happened? All right, let's go to the next one. An innocent non and granddad were unwittingly roped into a Whetherspoons the game by their grandson and ended up not knowing what hit them as their table was covered in alcoholic drinks.
What?
Mark Hamlet from Sandbach, Cheshire, brought his nan and granddad to the George Inn for a nightcap.
Grandpa and grandma?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the elderly couple ended up being faced with pints, wine, and even shots. The game is a simple one. You go to your preferred spoon settle inn and send a picture of you and your table number to a Facebook group devoted to Whetherspoons the game. Players and I don't know. Okay. I'm reading this. players and can't act I'm like, yeah, you know how I be playing Whetherspoons the game all the time. I don't know.
Okay.
You guessing the race? I don't know.
Okay.
And they send you anything from the menu for the duration you're at the pub.
Okay.
But Mark's grandparents weren't aware of the game until they got there. And the pictures from that crazy night last week showed a pair looking confused and then quite merry.
Confused.
Hey, brought Nana and Granddad out for their early nightcap, explained to them about the game. I know it works as I've given a few in the past. Nana thinks she's about to be cloned and pension account emptied. Let's show her we mean business. She's partial to a glass of Malbec or Merlot Red. Granddad likes a pint. Nothing crazy, guys. I gotta put them to bed. Table 15. Then madness ensued, and pictures were shared of the group's table covered in alcoholic drinks. That's it, folks. No more drinks, please. Got plenty. Remember, I'm putting them to bed.
Who pays for these?
I guess the Facebook group, I guess.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you go to a place, you take a picture, you snap, and then they actually, people actually probably pay the place, and then they the ones that sends you drinks to your table. Oh yeah, I bet you that day was lit.
Yeah. So I've never, heard
of this game.
Yeah, I've never heard of this game, but apparently it's one of the biggest perks that comes with the Whetherspoons app. So it's an app. Okay. Is a chance to play the Whetherspoon game. First introduced the Whetherspoons punters in 2017. The app allows people to order food and drink to their table without leaving their seats. So I guess somehow people can order your food for you and have it sent to your table.
Okay.
And you never leave your seat. And so he hopped on the Facebook group. They did this to Nan and Granddad
and just
ordered them a whole lot of alcohol.
Food and drinking alcohol. Yeah.
So guess the race of the grandparents.
Oh, white.
Karen's going, well, white. Let's check the chat room and see what they believe. Niggas would definitely take advantage of this game, white. UK
there be
whites.
So many Henny White shots.
UK whites white. UK whites bruv, says Jonathan. Cypher says this is so white. Okay, everyone's going white on this. Everyone got it right. Whetherspoons the game sounds wild.
Yes,
look at all this alcohol on their table.
Oh, okay, because he went in a group, so everybody that was probably present just started ordering shit to their table.
Yeah.
Oh, that's adorable. But I know that they was lit. she got about 4 glasses of wine in front of her. Woo.
Oh my goodness. Talking
about put them to bed. Bitch, they gonna be asleep for you. Pick them up.
Right. They not making it out that restaurant, fam.
No, they not.
Oh my goodness. At least it's adorable mischief, All right. Let's go to the bonus round. Karen is 2 for 2.
Yay!
That was why. I ain't racist. How can I be racist about anybody or anything in my life? How can I?
Call them niggers. Just call them niggers.
It's time to get
gold teeth, gold chain wearing, fried chicken and biscuit eating, monkey ate baboon, big thigh, fast running, high jumping, spear chucking, 360-degree basketball.
A Miami woman is facing a felony attempted murder charge after police allege she set her Tinder date on fire.
God damn, not the Tinder date.
Well, can I hit her now, Karen? Sometimes you gotta beat a bitch because what is she setting you on fire? If she's setting on fire, can I beat her up?
No, you still can't.
Destiny Lanai Johnson, 25, was arrested late last month and charged with 3 felonies, including attempted murder, first-degree arson, and aggravated battery causing great bodily harm. Johnson was arrested November 25th after police alleged she became irate with her Tinder date, setting him and his car on fire outside a Holiday Inn Express and Suites Motel.
Goddamn, him and the car, and I thought you were supposed to get smart when you do the Holiday Inn Express. Ain't that the whole point? I just spent the night at the Holiday Inn Express. Now I am a scientist.
Well, technically he didn't spend the night, so maybe he needed to be in there a little longer.
Maybe so.
Johnson was arrested. Okay, Miami-Dade court records show she pleaded not guilty. The judge ordered her not to contact the alleged victim.
Or to stay away from Holiday Inn Express. I hope so.
She was also denied bail on Tuesday. She's currently still being held in custody.
That's never good when they be like, you know what? We ain't gonna let you out.
Especially in Florida.
Just stay here until the court case come up.
The Herald, citing the arrest report, reports that Johnson and her alleged victim arranged to meet up at the hotel, where she allegedly approached her his car carrying what appeared to be a gallon jug of liquid. She asked her date for money to fix her car and then allegedly began yelling, "You guys are out to get me," before pouring gasoline into the passenger side of his SUV, lighting the inside of the car on fire with a lighter. Damn. So it sounds like, it's definitely Tinder, because it sounds like a sex hookup thing.
Yeah, it sounds like this was a setup.
Maybe she was trying to turn it into like a pay for sex thing. I don't know if that's a Tinder thing.
Something went wild, or either she just, this was her thing was like, anybody that shows up, I'm just going to fuck them up tonight, because this might even sound like premeditated. Like, you going to go to jail.
Yeah, I don't know that he did or said anything.
Okay. Oh, you crazy.
I am.
Both
women setting shit on fire this episode, apparently.
Both she and the alleged victim caught on fire.
Yeah.
Johnson allegedly ran away. The woman reportedly told police before he ran to the hotel's front desk for help and was soon taken to a local hospital where he was treated for burns. Police allegedly found her naked, talking about having blown up a car hours later. She was also taken to a local hospital, treated for her burns.
But she pled it now. Ma'am, you got third-degree burns on half of your body. Okay, I guess.
Her next court appearance is scheduled for December 18th. Guess the race.
White.
Karen's going with white.
Did they say the person's name?
Yeah, her name is Destiny Lanai Johnson.
Destiny Lanai Johnson, black.
Black. Okay, Karen's going with black. Let's check the chat room and see what race they believe Destiny Lanai Johnson to be. Man, that's a hell of a way to end a date. You didn't even get to do nothing.
I mean, not trying to funny. If we both gonna be caught on fire, I'd rather be caught on fire with our genitals rubbing, not actual fire. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, Usher did say you gotta let it burn, but I don't think that's what he's talking about.
I don't think so either.
Flaming pussy white. That sounds like a drink. Black. Okay, so like we got white, black. Karen went black. Mm-hmm. The correct answer is black. One person missed it. But that's her there.
Niggas out here causing arson. What's happening, y'all?
Man, that's, first of all, if you're trying to date or fuck somebody, it is Tinder. And a motherfucker show up with gasoline and matches and be like, I need some money to fix my car. I'm scared as hell. I feel like I would have tried to drive off immediately. But men are so horny.
Right.
That he probably was like, there might still be a chance. Let me roll my window down and see what
anybody else would have been like, oh, this bitch is crazy.
Right. But, we got to see for ourselves. You know how we do, fellas. Sort of ratchetness.
Oh shit, just coming up your wet problems. And somebody else in the chat says she looked like she do it again. She does. She was like, I did it before. And that's why, you know what? You said it didn't set bail. That's why they didn't set bail. They was like, no.
That's why she can't wait to hop back on Tinder.
That's what I like. You gonna stay here until your court case comes up.
She like, it's fine. There's more apps out there. Let me hop on Christian Mingle.
Right, we can't have you doing this.
I'm just trying to meet my twin flame, if you know what I'm saying.
No, they're not that type of flame.
All right, sword ratchet.
Police arrest a man for making threats with a sword Investigators were called to 30th and Holdridge around 5:30 Tuesday when a man and a woman felt they were being threatened. Police found 47-year-old Jamie Aiken holding a 26-inch sword. He took off with officers chasing him. Police caught up with him in a nearby parking lot where he refused to drop the sword. Police shot him with a beanbag and used a taser. Aiken went to the hospital and should survive. He faces several charges.
He did that shit.
And obviously he's white. I mean,
He didn't even,
beanbag and the taser, they were trying not to.
And he didn't even take that picture with his face straight. His face was crooked to the side. Ooh, he did that. 26 inches, child. Boo.
All right, y'all. That's it. Thank you for listening, everybody. We appreciate you. And appreciate the comments and the people hanging out in the chat.
Yay!
Don't forget, if you're listening, you can always subscribe on YouTube. I always forget to mention that we do have a YouTube channel where you can see this. So if you're listening, you want to see the stories, the pictures, all that stuff, subscribe on YouTube. And yeah, until next time, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah. Bye, everybody. Y'all have a good rest of your night. Peace.